Welcome to XIO Voice. Continuing from the previous episode 178. Bing He's eyes stared at the green-clothed lady in the distance, who was standing on empty air. The shock in his eyes was difficult to hide. The GU clan, this ancient faction that kept a low profile, would seldom show themselves in the Central Plains. However, an expert who had reached a certain qualification and weight would learn just what kind of terrifying strength this clan, which had descended from ancient times, possessed. Ever since Xuan appeared, Bing He might have made some guesses about her status and background, but he had never sent his guesses in the direction of this GU clan. After all, the clan kept a low profile. It was extremely rare for such a publicized event to occur. Moreover, there were many experts in the Central Plains who also possessed hidden factions. Quite a number of these factions had a strength that could contend with the Ice River Valley. However, due to the various rules within their factions, they were not as renowned as this Ice River Valley. However, if the Ice River Valley were to offend the other party until they could no longer endure it, even the Ice River Valley would suffer a little. It is unexpected that she is actually someone from the GU clan. Bing He's expression turned a little green. At his level, he naturally knew quite a lot about the mysterious GU clan. Forget about the other things. Just being able to open a realm and create their own world was enough to cause quite a number of top factions to be humble. Only at this moment did he understand that the words Xuan had uttered when she revealed herself was not an empty threat. With the unfathomable strength of the GU clan, destroying his Ice River Valley was not an impossible task. The white-haired, old man ignored Bing He even as the expression in his eyes changed. The jade-green glow on his hand grew denser. A moment later, it agglomerated in a lightning-like manner and transformed into half-a-foot large jade-green energy palm. The palm was filled with numerous dark black scars, and a frightening spatial strength seeped out of it. This caused the space around the palm to split apart and form numerous dark black cracks. Haha, the white-haired, old man's sharp eyes swept over Bing He after seeing his fist imprint form. A loud laugh was emitted from his mouth. Immediately, he waved his hand, and the unusual palm with a countless number of strange, black threads covering it suddenly rushed out. The energy of above the city suddenly began to riot after the energy palm was sent forth. Even the cloud layer in the sky was churning. Bing He had naturally heard of the renowned God Seal skill. Hence, his expression instantly became solemn. He knew that it was pointless to say anything at this moment. All he could do was receive the attack from this old fellow, who had become excited from the battle. Bing He clenched his teeth as this thought rushed through his heart. The black-colored snowflake on his eyebrows suddenly flickered, forming an unusual luster. Black-colored, cold chi continuously surged out. Ice Zune Force, freezing sky palm. The black-colored, cold chi agglomerated in Bing He's hands in a lightning-like fashion. It shook and a layer of thick, black ice quietly gathered on his palm. This ice layer might not appear mysterious, but it gave one a kind of unusually dense chill. The black ice palm was swiftly formed. Bing He's feet suddenly stomped on the ground as his body rushed forward. The next instant, he appeared in front of the mysterious palm. His expression was solemn as he ruthlessly threw his palm forward. The palm moved as Bing He desired. At the same time, the surrounding cold air immediately became violent. Deep within the black ice was a fatal poison. If it were to strike a person's body, their physical body and even their do chi would instantly freeze. Bang! The two experts were just like two falling stars that flew across the sky in front of the eyes of a countless number of people. They collided in a brilliant manner. A shockingly loud sound reverberated across the sky. A terrifying energy storm spread through the sky as numerous 100-meter-long, dark black lines quietly appeared like gullies in the empty air. This scene was just like the sky had suddenly opened its ferocious mouth, causing one's heart to feel a chill. The energy storm spread, carrying a hurricane that swept over the sky. Countless numbers of large trees from the forest around the city were torn from the ground. After which, they flew into the distance, as though it was a scene from the end of the world. What a powerful energy collision. A fight between elite Dozuns is like this. Xiao Yan's eyes were a little startled as he looked at the spatial cracks that had formed in the sky. The space of this place was usually stable. However, such a crack was formed. From this, one would tell just how great the energy from the fight was. Bang! The energy storm spread across the sky and the two figures rushed back. While pulling back, their feet rubbed against the empty air, forming dark black scars. Ha ha, how enjoyable. The Ice River Valley's Ice Zune force is indeed a little unique. The white-clothed, old man withdrew over a dozen steps before he stabilized his body. He raised his head and looked at Bing Zune Jie, who had been forced back even further, before involuntarily letting out a hearty laugh. Bing He's body shook in the distance as he stabilized it. His hand slightly trembled and a grave expression flashed across his eyes. The God Seal skill was indeed worthy of being a secret skill of the GU clan. Its might was this frightening. Xuan'er's eyebrows bunched up when she saw that Bing He had only suffered minor injuries despite his miserable state. Her bright eyes glanced at the white-clothed, old man as she softly chided, "Old Lin, don't waste time. We do not have much time for this trip of ours." The white-haired, old man appeared humbled upon hearing Xuan'er open her mouth to speak. He respectfully acknowledged her words. "This miss, please wait," Bing He hurriedly uttered. His expression changed when he heard Xuan'er's voice in the distance. "What is it? Is Ice River Valley's chief planning on pursuing me to hand the people over?" The corner of Xuan'er's mouth was curled. Her voice contained faint ridicule. Bing He bitterly laughed. His eyes slid to Qinghai and Tian Shuangzi, who was exchanging blows with the black-clothed man. He solemnly cried out, "Tian Shuangzi, come back." Upon hearing Bing He's cry, Tian Shuangzi, who was bitterly enduring, braced his attention. He did not have the time to say anything to Qinghai beside him. His body moved and he hurriedly withdrew. Within a couple of flashes, he had already appeared beside Bing He. Using a low and uncertain voice, he asked, "Valley Chief? The matter today is the fault of my Ice River Valley. The Ice River Valley asks for this young lady's forgiveness if we have offended you." Bing He ignored Tian Shuangzi. He grit his teeth and cupped his hands to Xuan'er amid numerous stunned gazes. Tian Shuangzi by the side was looking at Bing He with a dull face when he heard his words. He had never heard Bing He utter such words before. Just what is the background of these people? Tian Shuangzi was not a fool. After thinking for a while, he had finally gained a grip on the situation. If the other party merely relied on two elite Do Zunes, it was impossible for them to get Bing He to act in this manner. Therefore, it was obvious that there was definitely a frightening background behind the mysterious lady that even the Ice River Valley was extremely afraid of. "Bing He, what do you mean by this? Are you trying to throw the face of the Ice River Valley away?" With Tian Shuangzi's withdrawal, Qinghai did not dare stay entangled with the black-clothed, old man. He also hurriedly fled the battle and furiously yelled to Bing He. Bing He ignored Qinghai's furious cry. Although he really wished to obtain the woeful poison body, he would give it up without any hesitation if the precondition to doing so was offending the GU clan. After all, the Hall of Souls might not be afraid of the GU clan, but his Ice River Valley did not possess that kind of strength. Xuan'er had also felt surprised because of Bing He's sudden change of heart. She fell deep into thought. It seemed that this person had become aware of their identity. Xiaoyan Gege. Xuan'er mused for a moment before turning her head. She turned her gaze to Xiaoyan. Her meaning was obvious even without saying anything. She was waiting for Xiaoyan's decision. Although Xuan'er's action was subtle, it was still noticed by Bing He's group. Immediately, their eyes were surprised as they shifted to Xiaoyan. This subtle action let them to know that despite the frightening background of this lady, she seemed to be following Xiaoyan's lead. "This brother, my Ice River Valley will not interfere in the matter of the woeful poison body in the future." Bing He's eyes flashed as he cupped his hands together and solemnly promised. Xiaoyan glanced at Bing He. He smiled and replied, "Valley Chief Bing really knows how to joke. This matter is but a misunderstanding. Since Valley Chief has already put it this way, Xiaoyan will naturally not pester you." Xiaoyan clearly understood in his heart why Bing He was treating him this politely. The reason was because of Xuan'er. The Ice River Valley was considered quite strong in the Central Plains region. With the current strength beside Xuan'er, it was likely impossible to completely eradicate it. Moreover, the GU clan might not allow her to do something like that for an outsider. Therefore, frightening the Ice River Valley off today was already the best ending. Naturally, some of the grudges between them would be handled by him when he possessed the strength to fulfill them in the future. He had no intention of borrowing the strength of the GU clan. Bing He sighed in relief after hearing Xiao Yan's words. Xiao Yan's strength was unworthy of his attention. However, he needed to carefully deal with the Jiyu clan. Currently, with Shu and Ir intervening, he could only leave in a dejected manner regardless of how unwilling he was. I will get some people to take care of the mess in Yi City and will not stay any longer today. The many gazes below caused Bing He to involuntarily clench his fist. After which, his eyes turned to Shu and Ir as he solemnly said, "This young miss, hopefully the matter today is only some small grudge and will not influence any relationships after this." Shu and Ir naturally understood what he wanted to convey. She smiled slightly and softly replied, "I also hope that today's matter will not occur a second time. Otherwise, the place I will have to visit next time might perhaps be the Ice River Valley." Bing He's expression slightly changed. He forced a smile and waved his sleeves. The space behind him became distorted and his body slowly disappeared into the distorted space. Tian Shuangzi hurriedly followed him. Qinghai's eyes looked at Bing He's group leaving in a dejected manner. His heart finally began to panic a little. His body moved and the space around him became distorted. However, he was just about to flee when two black figures strangely appeared beside him. Their hands firmly locked onto his shoulders. "What do you want with me?" Xiao Yan grinned when he heard Qinghai's furious cry. His smile was filled with an icy coldness. He did not have much of a grudge with the Ice River Valley. However, he was in a situation where he would not rest until the Hall of Souls disappeared. Hence, Bing He's group was allowed to leave, but Qinghai was not.